where the horizon bleeds into the night. Lonely house twist with the cold moonlight. Dust devils dance where the old church burned. Whiskey whispers from a bottle unturned. Ghost town shadows, they beckon and bend. Life and death mingle on the desert wind. Blood on the desert wind stains the soul, it does. Haunted by screams and the things that were. Justice is just a ghost fading in the dusk. Revenge a lover's whisper, a curse that must be heard. There was love once beneath the old willow tree, turned to betrayal over gold lost to greed. A brother's promise, now a forgotten grave, mourned by the whistles of a passing train. Her locket's at the bottom of the old well. Every clink of the chain, another story it tells. Blood on the desert wind stains the soul, it does. Echoes of her laughter, shadows of his sin. Truth lies buried in the sands of trust. Where love ends, that's where vengeance begins. Face to face in the eye of a dust storm's wrath, his pistol's cold like his path. I loved you, brother, but you chose your fate. Words as harsh as the land, sealed by hate. Blood on the desert wind, a tale that spun in the silent desert where all things end. Forgiveness is a word too heavy for the tongue. On cursed lands, there's only revenge. Out where the horizon bleeds into the night, blood on the desert wind, fading out of sight. Out where the whiskey bottles lie buried in sand, echoes of train whistles die in cursed land. Dust devils dance where the chapel once burned. Ghost of the past, at each corner they turn. Gone with the cursed land, under blood-red sky. Lost souls wander with a hollow cry. Where love once bloomed, now only pain stands. Everything's gone, gone with the cursed land. In the town of whispers, promise was slain. Betrayal ran deep like the winter's cold rain. Her eyes like the desert, secrets untold. left me for dead in the silent vast cold. Gone with the cursed land under the moon's pale light. Dreams turn to dust, vanish into the night. Trust turned to ash, slipped right through my hands. All that was left, gone with the cursed land. Whispering sin, ghost town's heart beats like echoes so grim. The gun in my hand, weighed down by my fate. Revenge a bitter drink, served up too late. Trails of vengeance with shadows as my guide. There's no turning back, this blood on my hands. Bound forever, we're gone with the cursed land. Crimson on the land, dust whips the face of a forsaken band. Whiskey bottles laid by the roadside bare, echoes of a train cut the chilly air. On this lonely road where shadows conspire, flames dance around an old church spire. Tales of a cursed soul's fate, riding past the gates of a ghost town's hate. Once loved a beauty, eyes like stormy skies, her promises as hollow as her midnight lies. Found my heart buried in forgotten graves, now I'm just a shadow in the canyon caves. Down this endless road, under starlit fire, smoke curls around that burning church spire. The night air carries the weight of lost debates, haunting the silence of my ghost town's gates. In the silent desert, the truth comes clear. Her betrayal's the venom I still taste, bitter and severe. Face to face with my past, the showdown begins. In the flicker of moonlight, is that freedom or sins? memories remain. In a ghost town where the wind whispers names, dusty streets echo with old forgotten claims. Whiskey bottles lay thrown by the church's burnt gate, a tale of betrayal and a devil's fiery hate. Oh, the devil's hand, cold and unkind, finds the back of those who've left love behind. In the silence of the desert, under a blood-red moon, he walks with shadows, singing a vengeful tune. Now there once was a lover, fair-haired and true, whose heart was stolen in a night of dew. But the lover's promise was a whispered lie, left in a grave where only crows dare fly. Devil's eyes, like burning coals, seek out the sinner to claim their souls. Through dust storms howling like a train's lonesome cry, he counts each betrayal under a starless sky. Forgotten well, he stood his ground, the devil's curse echoing without a sound. Forsaken hearts, now heed my call. Revenge be mine, justice for all. So listen close, oh, you carrying sin, the devil's revenge, it sure will begin. In the cold night air, with every step you retrace, you'll meet your fate in this cursed silent place. Past the old shanty town where the whistle sounds more like a ghost. Dust devils dance with the echoes of those who've given up the ghost. Beneath a sky too wide and a sun that paints the earth blood red, lies a trail of whiskey bottles leading to the sins that I once fled. I'm gone with the last ride, shadows cross the great divide, where the love I knew and the dark truth lied in a silent desert under a cursed moon sky. I'm just a whisper where hope and heartache collide. echoes of a train that's carrying everything I can't hide. Past the dusty plains where my old fears abide, riding towards the horizon where my old self died. Comes, and it's mine alone to keep. Gone with the last ride beneath the white and starless sky. I lay my vengeance down by the graveyard where the forgotten lie, letting go the reins of a past that's been run dry. In the haunted silence, I whisper my last goodbye.
Every verse a desolate painting, every chorus a haunted melody, weaving through the dark tapestry of a lone soul's reckoning with his past.
Out where the whiskey whispers in the wind-scorched land, rattling the skeletons of ghost towns in its command. Dust devils dance where the church once proudly stood, now just charred wood framing betrayal's neighborhood. On the ashes of the lonely road where my heart lays bare, each step stirs the stories that the dead refuse to spare. The whiskey bottle's empty, the promises she made under the shadow of the cross where my sins were paid. The moonlight cast long shadows like fingers on my past. Her love was a desert flower, never meant to last. From the silent desert to the cursed train track end, her whispers still haunt me with the winds they send. On the ashes of the lonely road where ghosts claim their due, every footfall echoes a past died in midnight hue. The whiskey bottle shattered like the lies we lived in the dust of forgotten graves. Nothing's left to give. There's a storm that's coming with memories it stirs of burning churches and the vengeance that occurs. The sky cries her name in a thunderous mournful ode
I embrace my fate, riding through the shadows of her love turned hate. This whiskey bottle's broken, like the oath I swore. On the lonely road I wander alone forevermore.
Each line etches deep into the soul of a man scarred by love and deceit, marking his journey through a haunted, relentless landscape that mirrors his own inner desolation.
In the shadow of a church where no prayers are said, burning embers light the stories, the living and the dead. A whisper on the wind from the lips of a ghost town side. He rides a dusty trail where even shadows dare not lie. For love, he traded his wicked crown in a cursed land where hopes are drowned through the silent deserts beneath the blood-red moon. The devil's lost love, gone like a fleeting tune. A locket filled with yesteryears beneath the weeping willows. He once loved a mortal, pure as the driven snow. But whispers turn to shouting in the clapboard house they made. Now only whiskey bottles tell of the bargain that he paid. For love, he faced the heaven's scorn. In the ghost of her embrace, he's eternally forlorn. Underneath the stark and endless sky on that lonely dune, the devil's lost love vanished with the crescent moon. On the outskirts of redemption, he heard the train's sad song, echoing the heartache where all his dreams went wrong. In a mirror of the dust storm, his tears were like the rain, dancing with her memory. He'll never love With revenge he finds no solace, just a bitter taste. Resignation fills his longing in the endless ghostly waste. Through the silent deserts, beneath the cursed monsoon, the devil's lost love, a tale etched beneath the swoon. Every line evolves the essence of a haunted desert ballad, weaving a dark and poignant story set against a backdrop of desolate landscapes and supernatural longing. shadows drown. Old whiskey bottles lay thrown around. Dust storms dance on forsaken streets, where my boots echo and past whispers meet. Gone with the ghost town under blood-red skies. Lost love's laughter now, just ghostly cries. Where dreams of dust and the old church burns, I'll walk with shadows till the night returns. There's a memory fading on the chapel floor of the woman I loved, ain't here no more. She left with a stranger, train whistle blew. In the night so silent, my revolver knew. Gone with the ghost town under morning moons, echoes of footsteps in abandoned saloons. With each crackling fire, my old heart yearns for a whisper of her as the candle burns. On the edge of town by the forgotten graves, I confronted the past and the wind that raves. Beneath the cursed land where our secrets sleep, I found the truth in the shadows deep. Gone with the ghost town where vengeance lies, in the silent desert under stormy skies. Now I'm just a specter where sorrow turns in the dust of legends and love that burns. Out on the edge where the shadows merge, the dusty road whispers under scornful moon. Ghost town sleep under blanket of curse, whiskey bottles lay beside gravestones too soon. Whispers in the lonely road calling out my name, shades of the betrayed with stories just the same. In the silence of the desert under stars so cold, every stone and shadow recalls the lies they told. Once loved a girl as fierce as desert storm, her laughter now a ghost in the chapels burn. Promises like tracks leading to the mournful horn, train whistles cry for lovers never to return. Whispers in the lonely road haunting midnight air, echoes of a love lost floating in despair. The heart knows its burden and in darkness it unfolds beneath the cursed sky. ice cold as a night gun drawn too quick to track. My revenge, a whispered prayer, a silent pact, a flash, a cry, a life fading into the black. Whispers in the lonely road, now a tale to tell of love and loss and vengeance. Serve too well. Let the desert keep its secrets, let its silence hold. Just a gunslinger story in the whispers told.
In the shadow of the moon, where the dead cacti stand, lies a valley veiled in dust known as the cursed land. Whiskey bottles clinking in the grip of ghostly hands. Train whistle on a tune that only the lost can understand. Midnight strikes like a solemn bell. In this haunted haven we dance with hell. Echoes of the trade under a spell. Revenge stirs the dust where the dark secrets dwell. A fading town with a church painted in ash. Once alive with a love, now succumbed to a backstabber slash. Silent streets tell tales of a paradise crash. Last prayers whispered, faith cruelly dashed. Midnight strikes, the past unfurls. Among the rubble the smoke still curls. The wind sings sorrow to the ghostly girls. In their eyes the flame of vengeance swirls. Here I stand at the edge of despair, facing the ghosts of those who once cared. The truth is sharp as the cold night air. Revenge or forgive, a choice laid bare. Midnight in the cursed land, a tale of dust and bone, where every forgotten grave is a story eternally alone. I choose the path of the weary, let my sins atone. In the cursed silence I embrace the unknown.
In the heart of a ghost town where the shadows play, dust swirls like spirits over the decay. An old church bell rings, but there's no one to hear. Just whispers of love that turn to fear. Whiskey bottle lies broken, a testament to the past. In the silence of the desert, only the cursed outlast. Shadows and smoke under blood-red sky, ghosts of what's gone in the blink of an eye. Whisper your secrets, but keep your sense close in the land of the lost. It's the shadows and smoke. There's a tale of a lover turned cold and betrayed by a kiss that was promised, then cruelly delayed. Her eyes like the night, her heart once aflame. Now nothing but ashes, just a whisper of her name. Under the lantern light with the train whistles moan, she vanished to the night, into the unknown. Shadows and smoke where the old memories choke. Lost love's a dagger and revenge is a cloak. Speak now of heartache and the promises broke, haunting the silence. It's shadows and smoke. In the flicker of the fire, against the canyon wall, he faces his reflection, the greatest liar of them all. Forgotten graves are calling as the storm begins to rise. Tonight he'll end his running or meet his demise. Shadows and smoke, this is the outlaw's yoke. Bound by the night where the true word spoke. From dust to dust in these lands we're just folk, living and dying in shadows and smoke. In the echo of his footsteps, the desert holds its breath. In shadows and smoke, he'll dance his dance with death.
In the shadow of the valley where the sun forgot to shine lies a town too cursed to mention by a dusty broken sign, where the whiskey bottles whisper secrets hidden in the sand. I trace my scars, each one a story etched deep by my own hand. Gone where the lonely road, where the forsaken souls tread, under moons that mourn in silence above the lands of dead. Heartbeat echoes through the ghost town like a train's lonesome cry. Gone with a lonely road under a cursed black sky. Once loved a girl with eyes like storm clouds, heart wild as the wind. Promised her the world, but in the night betrayal thinned. She vanished with a preacher whose church burned in sin's glow. Left me with these empty dreams where only thistles grow. Gone with the lonely road where the broken hearts lie, past the chapel of redemption where even angels fear to fly. Whispers haunt the silent desert like a snake's soft sly hiss. Gone with the lonely road, swallowed in the abyss. silence at the crossroads of despair. Gun in hand, shadows dancing, found that preacher there. Justice rang in every echo as he fell before the dawn. But revenge just tastes like dust when all you loved is gone. Gone with the lonely road where the past can't be undone. Through the cursed silent deserts beneath the scorching sun, I ride alone forever, searching a ghost among the graves. Gone with the lonely road, a soul no man can save.
On a horse, a shadow under midnight side, crossing deserts where the old towns lie. Whiskey bottle empty, heart full of fire, riding through the hollow sky. The wind whispers secrets of a cursed land, through the ruins where the church once grand. Burned to ashes in the devil's hand, with my love's name in the sand. Oh, the hollow sky where the lost souls cry, echoes of the deeds under watchful eyes. I ride for vengeance under starlit skies, haunted by the love I can't reprise. Once had a sweetheart, pure and true, her laughter a melody now overdue. Betrayed by a brother I thought I knew, left her in the ground, the morning dew. Train whistles moan like a ghost in pain, through silent deserts and forgotten plains. A badge of honor, now a stain on a heart that's bound in a bitter chain. Oh, the hollow sky where the lost souls cry, through dust storms swirling where dreams go to die. Riding for redemption where the old bones lie, cursed by the love I can't deny. Shadows at the break of dawn, face my brother traitor on the lawn. Bullets sang a deadly song, now he's lying cold, his life withdrawn. Underneath the hollow sky, now I ride alone, past the burning churches to the sins I atone. The echoes fade into the stones, a gunslinger's path eternally sown. Oh, the hollow sky witnesses my tone, silent in the desert where my grief has grown.
Out where the whiskey whispers in ghost town bars, a shadow cast long by the light of the stars. Dust devils dance on cursed cracked clay, church bells silent since Judgment Day. A lone train whistle splits the silent desert night, a song for the broken out of hope, out of sight. Oh, gunpowder serenade, play your mournful tune. My heart beats and echoes under this cold desert moon. Lead and prayers, the currency of the damned. I walk these dead lands, gun heavy in hand. She was a mirage, a fleeting sweet dream. Her love slipped through like a whiskey stream. Betrayal burned just like a church set aflame. Only ashes of promises whispered her name. From the dust of forgotten graves I rise, haunted by the sorrow in her stormy eyes. Oh, gunpowder serenade, sing through the night. Fuel my vengeance, guide my side. Silver bullets for the ghost in my head. Trail of the living, a prayer for the dead. Me a silhouette stitch with scars of treachery. The gun's cold kiss, a lover's final betrayal. In the echo of the shop, truth and myths unveil. So gunpowder serenade, play your last refrain. In the silent desert, only memories remain. With each step forward, my old self dies. A prayer to the night under unforgiving skies. Oh, gunpowder serenade, let the spirits dance. In the dust of my past, I've made my last stand.
Out where the whiskey drowns old tales, by the crossroads under the pale moon's veil, a ghost town weeps in the desert's breath, where shadows dance with the cursed lands of Seth. Dusty boots on forgotten graves, train whistles moan through winds that crave. Each midnight strikes like a judge's gavel, marking hearts bound by dirt and gravel. At midnight crossroads mark your fate, where love's lost and the damned relayed. Burning churches, sins confessed underneath that moon. No soul finds rest. Once a man with a lover's heart turned outlaw when his world fell apart. Whispers told of a dark betrayal in the silent desert beneath the stars' cold trail. He rode east where the dust storms speak, past the chapel where the holy weep, seeking vengeance for the love he'd lost. At midnight crossroads, he'd pay the cost. At midnight
worlds except your part in a tale of revenge that breaks the heart. Churches burn and spirits contest underneath that moon, find no rest. At midnight crossroads, all is lost in the dance of ghosts. Love bears the cost, with each whisper secret of the past. Midnight's curse holds tight and fast.
In the shadow of the moon, where the dead cacti stand, lies a valley veiled in dust, known as the Cursed Land. Whiskey bottles clinking in the grip of ghostly hands, train whistles moan a tune that only the lost can understand. Midnight strikes like a solemn bell. In this haunted haven we dance with hell. Echoes of the betrayed under a spell. Revenge stirs the dust where the dark secrets dwell. A fading town with a church painted in ash, once alive with love, now succumbed to a backstabber's slash. Silent streets tell tales of a paradise crashed. Last prayers whispered, faith cruelly dashed. Midnight strikes, the past unfurls. Among the rubble the smoke still curls. The wind sings sorrow to the ghostly girls. In their eyes the flame of vengeance swirls. Here I stand at the edge of despair, facing the ghost of those who once cared. The truth as sharp as the cold night air. Avenge or forgive, a choice laid bare. Midnight in the Cursed Land, a tale of dust and bone, where every forgotten grave is a story eternally alone. I choose the path of the weary, let my sins atone. In the cursed silence I embrace the unknown.
Under the moon's pale watch, old chapel lies still. Shadows dance on cracked walls with a ghostly thrill. Dust devils spin where the vows were once heard. Whiskey breath and whispered sins undisturbed. A train whistle moans through the cursed silent town. Echoes of old lovers' cries settling down. Hear the whispers in the chapel, all so slow, twirling
now stained with time, a specter of the love lost in her silent prime. The wind howls through the doorway, a mournful tune, as she sways alone beneath the ghostly moon. Feel the whispers in the chapel, also deep, where the forgotten graves of lost lovers sleep. She dances on through the night to a vengeful beat. In her heart, no forgiveness, just the desert's heat. So beware the love that whispers false under the steeple high, for it dances in the shadows where the old secrets lie.
Under a sickle moon's haunted glow, through the whispers of sand, Jericho rolls the midnight train, steel cold and spent, past burning churches where the sins repent. The whistle moans of ghosts, sorrowful tale over whiskey-soaked tracks and a blood-red trail. The midnight train walls in the dust storm's embrace, where the lost souls are tossed. Turn, turn under starless decree, to the tune of revenge and the cries of the free. She was a vision by the lantern's dim flare, in a ghost town saloon with night in her hair, promised forever by the light of the moon. But her heart was a traitor, left me marooned. Found her tracks by the edge of the graves, where the damned whisper secrets to the winds of the brave. Dance, dance the midnight train waltz, with shadows of the past through time's harsh assaults. Turn, turn with a tear and a scream, in a dance of despair on this cursed desert dream. On the midnight train, I face her ghost by the haunted tracks. We share a toast, her betrayals echo in the canyons deep beyond. Under the blood moon, I'm finally drawn. The revolver's cold kiss, the last waltz command. I'll reclaim my heart in this forsaken land. Dance, dance the midnight train waltz, where love's a mirage and all hope is lost. Turn, turn, let the past bullets fly, for in this final dance it's do or die. The midnight train cries out my pain, a lone whistle fading in the desert rain. Timbers and old ghost towns lullaby, whiskey bottles clinking rhythm under a forsaking sky. Dust devils dance on broken streets where lovers used to tread. Each footprint's a story buried in a town too dead to wed. I'm dancing with ghost town, shadows in my spin, twirling with memories of sins draped in sin. The moon hangs like a jury in the courtroom of the night, as I dance with ghost town under fading lantern light. The train whistle weeps at midnight across the barren moors. Echoes stir the spirits behind the saloon swinging doors. I came here seeking solace in the arms of a spectral bride. Her betrayal burns like a church on fire with the devil trapped inside. Dancing with ghost town, a waltz in the dust, a lover's quarrel settled with each gust. Stars witness in silence in the courtroom of the night, as I dance with ghost town, where wrong dawns the mask of right. In the heart of the desert, under the scorn crow's nest, I faced the man who wronged me with a bullet in my chest. Forgotten graves bear witness as the sand whispers confess. In the heat of confrontation, truth bears its final test. Still dancing with ghost town, vengeance in my veins. Each step a story of love, loss, and pain. Judgment comes like daylight in the courtroom of the night, as I dance with ghost town till my soul takes flight. Out where the horizon bleeds, dusk last light fades away. Dust storms whisper secrets of a cursed town's decay. There's a rail line to nowhere, just echoes of the past, and a crumbling chapel's shadow where redemption didn't last. Here lies a heart buried beneath this silent grave, lost love's whisper in the wind's mournful stay, where whiskey bottles mark the spot of every sin, buried in silence where only ghosts begin. Found her locket by the old saloon. The glass was cracked and worn. That night the thunder roared, as if heaven felt her scorn. Betrayal brewed in whiskey eyes beneath the sinner's moon, left a trail of broken vows near the burning church in June. Beneath the stars, buried in this silent grave, echoes of footsteps that no prayer could save, where the wind howls through the hollows of the sins, buried in silence where the end, my friend, begins. Underneath the faded cross I lay my vengeance down. The ghost of her laughter haunts this forgotten town. Cursed land, take my soul, for there's nothing left to save. Every whisper turned to dust, every dream a silent grave. Now I'm gone, buried in my own silent grave. No more shadows beneath the old church's nave. Let the desert cover me, let the night sky be my shroud, buried in silence, far from the maddening crowd. So here I rest, no more to roam, a lone gunslinger far from home. In the land of lost pathways, where the silent spirits crave my story